Most people walk past the canned goods aisle without a second thought, assuming those metal containers are a permanent fixture of the modern grocery store. But what if they aren't? Behind the scenes, a subtle but significant shift is happening. Supply chains are more fragile than ever, and the expiration dates on the cans you trust are getting shorter. The long-lasting security you thought your pantry offered might be an illusion. For years, I've analyzed supply chain data and long-term food storage trends, and the information I've uncovered points to a growing vulnerability in our food supply. This isn't about general grocery advice, it's about specific, actionable knowledge. I'm going to share the 12 essential canned foods that can endure through almost any situation, from economic turmoil to power grid failures. These are the items that truly stand the test of time. You'll want to stick around for the entire list. The final item, number 12, is a game changer with a shelf life that can exceed 30 years, yet it's an item that very few people think to stockpile. What you learn today could be the key to ensuring your family's security for decades to come. Number 1, beans, dried and properly stored. When a crisis hits, the first things to vanish from grocery store shelves are predictable: bread, milk, and bottled water. But seasoned preppers and those who study food security know that true resilience isn't built on what you can grab in a panic. It's built on what you have quietly and methodically stored away long before the rush begins. This brings us to our first item, a humble but powerful staple: dried beans. Many people overlook beans, dismissing them as simple or boring. That is a critical mistake. From a nutritional standpoint, beans are a powerhouse and the cornerstone of any serious long-term food strategy. When stored correctly, dried beans can last for an astonishing 30 years or even longer. They are packed with protein, fiber, and complex carbohydrates that provide slow-burning, sustainable energy. In a situation where physical exertion is high and food is scarce, this is exactly the kind of fuel your body needs. The key to unlocking this incredible shelf life is proper storage. Simply leaving a bag of beans in your pantry is not enough. Exposure to oxygen, moisture, and temperature fluctuations will drastically reduce their viability, sometimes cutting their lifespan by more than half. To achieve true long-term storage, you must create a stable, oxygen-free environment. This is best done using 10 cans or, more accessibly, Mylar bags combined with oxygen absorbers. These create an airtight and light-proof seal, protecting the beans from degradation. Store them in a cool, dark, and dry place like a basement or a well-insulated closet. While most beans are excellent for storage, it's wise to avoid soybeans as their high oil content makes them prone to going rancid. Instead, focus on a diverse mix of pinto, black beans, lentils, adzuki beans, and split peas to ensure a variety of nutrients and flavors. Every bag you store today is an investment in your future security. Number 2, canned beef with vegetables. Hearty meal-style soup. In any prolonged emergency, your mental and emotional state is just as important as your physical well-being. The psychological comfort of a hot, satisfying meal cannot be overstated. It provides a sense of normalcy and morale when everything else feels uncertain. This is where our second item comes in: hearty, meal-style canned soups that contain beef and vegetables. Think of classic beef stew or chunky vegetable beef soup. These aren't just broth, they are complete, balanced meals sealed in a can. These types of canned meals are designed for convenience and longevity. They typically have a stated shelf life of 2 to 5 years. But when stored in a cool, dark environment, they can remain perfectly safe and palatable for much longer. Each can provide a well-rounded mix of essential macronutrients. You get high-quality protein from the beef, carbohydrates from potatoes and other vegetables for energy, and vital electrolytes from the sodium content. Best of all, they require no special preparation or refrigeration. You can eat them cold directly from the can if necessary, but they are easily heated over a simple flame, providing a comforting and nourishing meal in minutes. During past supply chain disruptions, these all-in-one meal cans were among the first items to disappear from shelves, often vanishing even before basics like rice or pasta. The convenience and nutritional completeness make them a high-demand item during any period of uncertainty. Current trends indicate that the costs of aluminum for canning and the logistics of shipping are steadily rising, which will inevitably lead to higher prices and tighter inventory. Stocking up on these now is a strategic move. Aim to have a reserve of at least a dozen cans per person in your household. and practice a first-in, first-out rotation system to keep your supply fresh. This isn't just soup, it's resilience in a can. Number 3. Solid white albacore tuna. Water. Protein is a critical resource that becomes incredibly difficult to source during a crisis. Fresh meat is out of the question without refrigeration, and many other protein sources have a limited shelf life. This is why our third item, solid white albacore tuna packed in water, is an indispensable part of any serious food stockpile. It's one of the cleanest, most durable, and protein-dense foods you can store for the long term. Not all canned tuna is created equal. For maximum shelf life and nutritional value, you specifically want solid white albacore packed in water, not oil. The oil can go rancid over time, compromising the taste and safety of the fish. Water-packed albacore, on the other hand, maintains its quality for years. A standard can has a shelf life of up to 4 years, but like other canned goods, it can last much longer if stored properly in a cool, dark place. A single serving delivers a powerful punch of around 26 grams of high-quality protein, essential for muscle maintenance and repair. It is also a fantastic source of omega-3 fatty acids, which support brain function and reduce inflammation. Global supply chains for seafood are notoriously fragile. We are already seeing increased maritime delays and tightening import restrictions, which directly impact the availability and cost of high-quality tuna. Experts project that prices for canned fish could spike significantly in the near future. Having a substantial supply on hand insulates you from these market fluctuations and potential shortages. Tuna is incredibly versatile. It can be eaten straight from the can, mixed into other dishes, or used to create satisfying meals. For a robust 90-day emergency supply, a smart prepper will aim to have at least 24 cans stored for each member of their family. This simple can of fish could become one of your most valuable assets. Number 4. Canned chili. When you need a hot meal that is ready to go with zero prep work, few things can beat the utility of canned chili. For our fourth spot, we are specifically focusing on chili without beans. While beans are a fantastic staple on their own, as we've discussed, canned chili without them offers a more concentrated source of protein and fat, making it a high-energy survival food that serves a distinct purpose in your pantry. This type of chili is a dense source of calories, which are essential for maintaining energy levels in a physically demanding situation. A single can provides a significant amount of protein, often around 21 grams per serving, along with a high fat content. This combination of protein and fat delivers sustained energy, unlike sugary or high-carb foods that lead to a crash. The sodium content is also beneficial in a survival scenario, as it helps your body retain water and maintain proper electrolyte balance, which is crucial if you are exerting yourself or sweating more than usual. With a typical shelf life of 3 to 5 years, canned chili is a durable and reliable meal solution. Its versatility is a major advantage. You can eat it right out of the can, heat it up quickly for a comforting hot meal, or use it as a base to stretch your other supplies. A single can of chili can be mixed with rice or pasta to feed multiple people, turning one meal into several. As with other canned meat products, the production and transportation costs are on the rise. We are seeing projections of significant price increases for canned meats by late 2025. Stocking up on no-bean chili now is a cost-effective strategy to secure a supply of ready-to-eat, high-energy meals before they become more expensive and harder to find. Number 5. Freeze-dried green peas. When fresh produce becomes a memory, having a reliable source of vegetables is not just a comfort, it's a critical component of long-term health. That's where our fifth item comes in. Freeze-dried green peas. While most canned vegetables have a respectable shelf life, freeze-dried options take longevity to an entirely different level. Properly processed and stored, freeze-dried peas can remain viable and nutritious for an incredible 25 to 30 years. This isn't just food preservation, it's a form of nutritional time travel. The magic of freeze-drying lies in the process of sublimation, where water is removed from the food in a frozen state. This method preserves the food's cellular structure, flavor, and most importantly, its nutritional content far better than traditional dehydration. When you rehydrate freeze-dried peas, they retain a texture and taste remarkably close to fresh, a significant morale boost in any challenging situation. They are an excellent source of dietary fiber, plant-based protein, and essential micronutrients like vitamin K, which is vital for blood clotting and bone health. In a scenario where your diet might be limited to calorie-dense but nutrient-poor staples, having a stash of green vegetables can help fend off deficiencies and maintain your overall well-being. As with other long-term storage foods, the container is everything. Look for freeze-dried peas packed in 10 cans with oxygen absorbers. This packaging creates a fortress against the elements of degradation: light, oxygen, and moisture. The increasing volatility in agriculture, from unpredictable weather patterns to soaring fertilizer costs, is already putting upward pressure on the price of all produce, including shelf-stable varieties. We could see the cost of these long-term greens triple by 20. Investing in freeze-dried peas now is like buying nutrient insurance. It's a guarantee that you will have access to vital greens decades from now, no matter what happens to global supply chains. Number 6. Freeze-dried beef stroganoff meal. Imagine a scenario where the power grid is down, stores have been empty for weeks, and the world outside is in a state of chaos. Now, imagine sitting down to a hot, savory, and deeply comforting bowl of beef stroganoff with noodles. This isn't a fantasy. It's a reality made possible by our 6th item: complete freeze-dried meals. These are not your average instant noodles. These are nutritionally engineered full-course meals designed for the most extreme circumstances, from high-altitude expeditions to long-term military operations and emergency preparedness kits. With a staggering shelf life that can exceed 30 years, these meals are the pinnacle of food storage technology. The freeze-drying process locks in over 90% of the original nutrients, ensuring that you're not just filling your stomach with empty calories. A single pouch of a meal like beef stroganoff delivers a balanced profile of protein, carbohydrates, and fats, often providing around 500 calories or more. This is substantial, energy-dense food that can fuel you through physically demanding tasks. The preparation is brilliantly simple. Just add a specific amount of hot water, stir, and wait a few minutes. In less than 15 minutes, you have a gourmet-quality meal that can warm your body and lift your spirits. The psychological impact of eating a familiar, delicious meal during a crisis cannot be understated. It provides a powerful sense of normalcy and well-being that can be just as crucial as the physical nourishment itself. These complete meals are an investment in both your physical and mental resilience. While they may seem expensive up front compared to individual ingredients, their value is immense when you consider their longevity, nutritional completeness, and ease of preparation. When every drop of fuel and every minute of time is precious, having a meal that is ready in minutes with minimal effort is a game changer. These aren't just survival rations. They are moments of comfort and strength, sealed and ready for when you need them most. Number 7. Canned pure creamery butter. You can get by without many things in a survival situation, but dietary fat is not one of them. Fat is the most calorie-dense macronutrient, providing essential energy, aiding in the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins, and contributing to a feeling of satiety. This brings us to our 7th item, a surprising and often overlooked powerhouse of the prepper's pantry: canned pure creamery butter. Yes, real butter, with no refrigeration required, that can last for years. Most people assume that dairy products are the first to go in a grid-down scenario, but canned butter defies this expectation. Sealed in an airtight can, high-quality pure creamery butter has a shelf life of 5 years or even longer when stored in a cool, dark place. Preppers and homesteaders have reported opening cans that are 7 or more years old to find the butter inside is still perfectly fresh and delicious. It delivers a dense payload of calories along with crucial fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, which are often lacking in typical survival foods. With dairy prices experiencing significant volatility and sharp increases over the past couple of years, securing a long-term supply of fat becomes a strategic imperative. Canned butter is incredibly versatile. It can be used for cooking, adding richness and flavor to your stored beans and rice. It can be used for baking, allowing you to make bread or other comforting goods. It can be spread on crackers for a quick, high-energy snack. The morale boost from having real butter cannot be overstated. In a world of bland staples, the rich taste of butter can make a simple meal feel like a feast. It's a small luxury with a massive impact on both your physical energy and your psychological well-being. Number 8. Canned fully cooked bacon. In times of crisis, certain foods transition from being commodities to becoming legends. Meat is one of them, and bacon is perhaps the most mythical of all. The idea of sizzling bacon in a post-collapse world seems like an impossible luxury, but our 8th item makes it possible. Canned, fully cooked bacon. This is not a gimmick, it's a long-standing, if somewhat niche, survival product, that offers incredible longevity and flavor. Specially prepared and packed, this shelf-stable bacon can last for an astonishing 10 years or more on the shelf. The process involves cooking the bacon and then rolling the slices in parchment paper before sealing them in a can. This method preserves the meat beautifully, with each can often containing around 50 slices, equivalent to about 3 pounds of raw bacon. The rendered fat it's packed in acts as an additional preservative, locking in that unmistakable smoky flavor and creating a product that needs no freezing or refrigeration. Pork prices are subject to constant fluctuation due to factors like feed costs, disease outbreaks, and supply chain disruptions. A single major event, like a widespread failure of cold storage infrastructure, could wipe bacon from store shelves almost overnight. Owning a supply of canned bacon makes you completely independent of this fragile system. The utility is obvious. It's a ready-to-eat source of high-quality protein and fat. You can eat it cold straight from the can, but it crisps up beautifully in a pan in just a couple of minutes. The preserved bacon fat is a valuable resource in itself, perfect for cooking and adding flavor to other foods. It's more than just food, it's a symbol of abundance and a powerful morale booster that is worth its weight in gold when times get tough. Number 9. 9 apple chunks in 100% juice. After weeks or months of eating savory, dense survival foods, a phenomenon known as palate fatigue can set in. Everything starts to taste the same, and the psychological burden of a monotonous diet can be draining. This is where our 9th item becomes not just a source of nutrition, but a critical morale booster. Canned pineapple chunks packed in 100% juice. That bright, sweet, and tangy flavor can cut through the monotony and provide a much-needed sense of normalcy and pleasure. For long-term storage, it is crucial to select pineapple packed in its own juice, not in heavy syrup. The high sugar content of syrup can affect the fruit's texture and quality over time, whereas natural juice helps preserve it perfectly. While the official shelf life is often stated as 1 to 2 years, canned fruits stored in a cool, dark place can last significantly longer. The acidity of the pineapple itself acts as a natural preservative, helping it maintain its integrity. Beyond the fantastic taste, canned pineapple is a valuable source of essential nutrients. It is packed with vitamin C, which is vital for immune function and skin health. It also contains high levels of manganese, a mineral that plays a role in bone formation and metabolism, as well as bromelain, a digestive enzyme that can help your body process proteins more effectively. As with many imported goods, the price and availability of canned tropical fruits are subject to the stability of global shipping lanes and agricultural output in their countries of origin. Rising transportation costs and unpredictable harvests are already leading to higher prices on store shelves. Securing a supply of canned pineapple now is a smart way to lock in a source of vital nutrients and a powerful tool for combating food fatigue. A simple bowl of pineapple can be a standalone treat, or it can be used to add flavor and moisture to other dishes, providing a welcome burst of brightness when you need it most. Number 10. Organic black bean chili. Vegetarian. Versatility is a key principle of smart food storage. Having items that can serve multiple purposes saves space and provides more options when resources are limited. Our 10th item, canned organic black bean chili, is a champion of versatility and an excellent plant-based powerhouse for any pantry. This isn't just a side dish, it's a complete, ready-to-eat meal that requires no cooking or refrigeration, making it invaluable in a grid-down situation where fuel and power are luxuries you may not have. This vegetarian chili is a nutritional heavyweight. A single serving can deliver around 15 grams of plant-based protein and 9 grams of dietary fiber, a combination that promotes a feeling of fullness and provides sustained energy. It's also rich in essential minerals like iron for oxygen transport, magnesium for muscle and nerve function, and potassium for electrolyte balance. Because it's ready to eat straight from the can, either cold or heated, its utility is immense. You can use it as a hearty base for a soup, a topping for potatoes or rice, or a filling for tacos and burritos, effectively stretching one can into a meal for several people. The organic label is also significant, as it often means cleaner ingredients and a lack of synthetic pesticides, which can be an important consideration for long-term health. The market for convenient, organic, ready-to-eat meals has seen significant price increases in recent years due to high demand and rising production costs. This trend is expected to continue, making now the ideal time to stock up. Having a dedicated supply of a high-quality vegetarian option like black bean chili is also a smart strategy for accommodating different dietary needs within a group or for simply diversifying your protein sources beyond meat. Aim to store at least a dozen cans per person as part of a well-rounded food supply. It's a reliable, nutrient-dense, and incredibly flexible meal solution. Number 11. All-natural canned beef, no preservative. In a long-term survival scenario, access to pure, high-quality protein is a top priority. It's the building block for muscle repair, immune function, and overall physical strength. This brings us to our 11th item, a product that is pure survival fuel, all-natural canned beef with no preservatives. This isn't mystery meatloaf or beef in a salty broth. This is simply chunks of quality beef, slow-cooked in its own juices right in the can. The process of pressure canning sterilizes the meat and creates a perfect vacuum seal, allowing it to last for a decade or more when stored properly. The beauty of this product is its simplicity and purity. With only 2 ingredients, beef and a touch of sea salt, you get a clean, incredibly dense source of protein. A single cup of this canned beef can provide upwards of 40 grams of complete protein, which is indispensable during periods of heavy physical labor or stress. The rendered beef fat and juices in the can are liquid gold, perfect for creating flavorful gravies or for use as a cooking fat, ensuring that no part of this precious resource goes to waste. The meat itself is tender and can be shredded easily, making it perfect for adding to soups, stews, or combining with your stored rice and beans to create a hearty, protein-rich meal. Regional protein shortages are becoming a more frequent concern, as disruptions in the complex cold storage supply chain can quickly lead to empty shelves at the grocery store. Having a case of this shelf-stable beef insulates you completely from that fragility. Its incredible shelf life means you can buy it and forget it, confident that you have a reserve of high-quality protein ready for any emergency. This isn't just a can of meat, it's a guarantee of strength and sustenance that could become priceless overnight. Number 12. Freeze-dried mozzarella, freeze-dried ground beef. We've now arrived at number 12, the crown jewels of a truly resilient long-term food supply. These are 2 separate items that, when combined, represent the pinnacle of food preservation technology and offer a level of longevity and versatility that is unmatched. We are talking about freeze-dried mozzarella cheese and freeze-dried ground beef. First, the freeze-dried mozzarella. With a shelf life that can exceed 12 years, this product solves one of the biggest challenges in a long-term scenario: the complete absence of dairy. This isn't powdered cheese sauce, it's real shredded mozzarella that has undergone sublimation. It retains over 98% of its nutrients and, most impressively, its texture and melting properties. When rehydrated with a small amount of water, it becomes virtually indistinguishable from fresh mozzarella. Imagine being able to make pizza, lasagna, or a cheesy casserole months or even years into a crisis. The psychological benefit of such a comforting food is immeasurable. Second, and perhaps the most impressive item on our entire list, is the freeze-dried ground beef. This product is engineered for an incredible shelf life of 30 years or more. Like the canned beef, it contains no fillers or preservatives, just pure beef. The freeze-drying process makes it incredibly lightweight and compact for storage. When rehydrated, it cooks and tastes just like fresh ground beef, ready for tacos, chili, or spaghetti sauce. This is one of the longest-lasting, cleanest sources of animal protein on the planet. It will outlast economic inflation, grid-down events, and catastrophic supply chain failures. Storing these 2 items is the ultimate step in securing your food independence for decades to come. Bonus point 13, instant coffee and powdered creamer. We promised you 12 items, but true preparedness is about covering all your bases, including the psychological ones. That brings us to our first bonus item: instant coffee and its essential partner, powdered creamer. In a long-term crisis, the small rituals of normal life become incredibly powerful tools for maintaining morale. The simple act of starting the day with a hot cup of coffee can provide a sense of structure, comfort, and normalcy when everything else feels chaotic. It's a small thing that makes a huge difference in your mental resilience. Instant coffee is the ideal choice for a stockpile. It requires no special equipment like grinders or coffee makers, which would be useless without electricity. All you need is hot water and a cup. Its shelf life is impressive. When stored in a cool, dark, and dry place, a sealed container of instant coffee can last for decades. We're not talking 2 or 3 years, we're talking 20 years or more. Over time, it might lose some of its aromatic intensity, but the caffeine content and the fundamental coffee flavor will remain intact. The caffeine itself is a valuable tool, providing a necessary energy boost for long days of physical labor or a mental lift during stressful times. Of course, for many, coffee isn't complete without creamer. This is where non-dairy powdered creamer comes in. Much like instant coffee, its shelf life is exceptionally long, often lasting for several years past its printed expiration date when kept sealed and dry. It requires no refrigeration and dissolves easily in hot liquid. Having powdered creamer on hand allows you to enjoy a smoother, richer cup of coffee, elevating it from a simple caffeine delivery system to a genuinely enjoyable experience. In a world where fresh dairy is a forgotten luxury, being able to add creaminess to your coffee is a profound comfort. Stocking up on these two items is an investment in your mental and emotional endurance, ensuring you have a small but significant piece of your normal routine, no matter how abnormal the world becomes. Bonus point 14. White rice. Our second bonus point gets back to the absolute fundamentals of long-term caloric security. While it may not come in a can, no serious food stockpile is complete without it. We're talking about plain, long-grain white rice. It is, without a doubt, one of the most important survival staples on the planet. Its primary role is to provide a dense, reliable source of calories, the basic fuel your body needs to function. A single pound of white rice contains over 1,100 calories, making it an incredibly efficient way to store energy. In a scenario where you are expending more physical energy than usual, these calories are not just helpful, they are essential for survival. The reason we specify white rice over brown rice is purely a matter of longevity. Brown rice contains oils in its bran layer that will cause it to go rancid within a year, sometimes in as little as 6 months. White rice, on the other hand, has had this bran layer removed. When stored properly, it can last for an astonishing 30 years or more. Proper storage is key. You must protect it from its three enemies: oxygen, moisture, and pests. The best method is to seal the rice in mylar bags with oxygen absorbers, and then place those bags inside sealed food-grade buckets. This creates a multi-layered defense that ensures your rice will remain perfectly edible for decades. Rice's versatility is another major aspect. Its neutral flavor makes it the perfect foundation for countless meals. It can be served alongside the canned chili, canned beef, or freeze-dried ground beef we've already discussed, stretching those precious protein sources to feed more people. It can be used to add bulk to soups and stews, or form the base of a meal with your stored beans. This ability to extend other foods makes your entire stockpile more efficient and sustainable. Every bucket of white rice you store is a massive reserve of calories and a guarantee that you will have the energy to face whatever challenges come your way. Bonus point 15. Honey. Our third bonus item is nature's perfect food. A substance so remarkable that it has been found perfectly preserved in ancient tombs after thousands of years. We are talking about pure, raw honey. Honey is the only food that truly never expires. Over time, it may crystallize and become solid, but this is a natural process of sugar separation, not spoilage. To return it to its liquid state, all you need to do is gently warm the container in a bowl of warm water. The honey will be just as good as the day it was sealed. Honey's incredible shelf life is due to its unique chemical composition. It is naturally very low in moisture and extremely acidic, creating an environment where bacteria and other microorganisms simply cannot survive. This makes it a perfect long-term storage food that requires no special packaging beyond a tightly sealed, airtight container to keep out moisture. But its value extends far beyond just being a long-lasting source of calories and sweetness. Honey has well-documented medicinal properties. It is a natural antiseptic and antibacterial agent. A small amount applied to a minor cut or burn can help prevent infection and promote healing. A crucial benefit when professional medical care might be unavailable. It's also an effective cough suppressant and can soothe a sore throat. In a survival pantry, honey serves multiple roles. It is a natural sweetener for coffee, tea, or baked goods. It's a source of quick energy, as its simple sugars are rapidly absorbed by the body. It's a morale booster, adding a touch of sweetness and flavor to a potentially bland diet. And it's a functional part of your first aid kit. When selecting honey for storage, look for raw, unfiltered honey, as it retains more of its beneficial enzymes and pollen. Storing a few large wards of pure honey is one of the smartest and simplest things you can do to enhance your long-term preparedness. Bonus point 16. Iodized salt. For our final bonus point, we come to a substance so fundamental to human history that civilizations have been built on it and wars have been fought over it. Our last item is iodized salt. In a modern context, we take salt for granted. But in a long-term survival situation, it would quickly become one of the most valuable commodities you could possess. From a biological standpoint, salt is not optional. It is essential for life. Sodium is a critical electrolyte that regulates fluid balance, nerve function, and muscle contractions in the human body. If you are in a high-stress situation involving physical labor and sweating, you will be losing sodium, and it must be replaced to avoid dangerous health complications. The reason for choosing iodized salt specifically is for the added nutritional benefit of iodine. Iodine is a crucial nutrient for thyroid function, which regulates your metabolism. Iodine deficiency can lead to serious health issues, including goiter and developmental problems. In a crisis where your diet might be limited and you may not have access to iodine-rich foods like seafood or dairy, the iodine in your salt supply becomes your primary defense against deficiency. A 25-pound bag of iodized salt is inexpensive, will last a single person a lifetime, and when kept dry, it will literally never spoil. Beyond its direct biological importance, salt is a cornerstone of food preservation. Before refrigeration, salt was the primary method used to cure and preserve meat and fish, preventing spoilage and allowing food to be stored for long periods. Having a large quantity of salt would enable you to preserve any game you might hunt or fish you might catch, dramatically extending your food resources. It is also essential for flavor. A sprinkle of salt can transform a bland meal of beans and rice into something far more palatable, which is vital for maintaining morale over the long haul. Salt is a multi-purpose survival tool for health, preservation, and flavor. It is cheap, compact, has an indefinite shelf life, and would be incredibly difficult to produce on your own, making it one of the most critical and often overlooked items for any serious stockpile.